YouTubers, Doom143, and I am back with another segment of Comic Artists. So thank you so much. The first comic artist I did was on David Mack, and I got a lot of great praises, and people actually were telling me about other artists they wanted me to talk about. So yeah, definitely when the opportunity comes up, like I said, I don't know how often I'll be doing these, but when the opportunity comes up, I'm definitely going to be looking into some of the artists that people were mentioning. But today we're going to talk about Bill Sienkiewicz. The cool thing about Bill Sienkiewicz, and what I'll be able to show you, is just how he has truly evolved from when he first started to where he is now. This Moon Knight comic, for example, is the first comic that I have of Bill Sienkiewicz, and it is 1981, and it's Moon Knight's number 15. The last comic in this bunch that I have is a Harley Quinn 2016. And if you really pay attention, you start to see where he starts to evolve his artwork. He starts to do experimenting, and it's just basically, he just kind of takes his art to a new level. And back when he was doing Moon Knight right now, it was just mostly pencil and ink on paper. And you can later on, you'll see the transitioning into oil painting and collages. And it's just, I like to read my books, but I'm really heavy into the art of the covers. But I also like to know a little bit more about the artist, and so I thought maybe I share with you guys a little bit of what I know. So while I talk about Bill Sienkiewicz, I'll basically just be going through my comics that I have, and you'll be able to see, again, like I said, his evolution of his art. We'll just start. So Bill Sienkiewicz was born in May 3rd, 1958. He is an Eisner Award winner. He is a legend in the comic world. All right, I'm talking about Neil Adams, Jack Kirby, Jim Lee legend. He's mostly known for his artwork that he's done on the New Mutants and Elektra Assassins. And he utilizes oil painting, collages, and just basically a lot of uncommon practices in the comic book world. One of the greatest stories that I heard about Bill Sienkiewicz is that he was going to school in New Jersey. And after he graduated, after he was done going to school, he basically showed his portfolio to Vince Colletta. So Vince Colletta was at that time the art director of DC. So the thing is, DC actually didn't have any work for him at all. And so basically, since he had no work, he's like, you know what, I'll just get into advertising, or I'll just get into marketing. And so what happened is Neil Adams was contacted by this Vince Colletta, and Neil Adams put Bill Sienkiewicz in touch with Jim Shooter, and that's when he started to do the whole Moon Knight run. And now you can kind of see, I just went through a couple of the New Mutants, but you'll see a huge change between the things he did on Moon Knight here, and now slowly the huge difference that he does with the New Mutants. And like I said, this is when he started to do more experimenting with collages and oil paintings and just other things. Can't really tell maybe, but you can see how he actually uses paint and how everything else is watercolored. He's worked on a lot of stuff. He's worked on the Hulk, he's worked on Fantastic Fours, but like I said, mostly known for the X-Men spin-off of the New Mutants. He's worked on ROM, he's worked on Dazzler, and he's even worked on Return of the Jedi. He's done a lot of great advertisements for Nike, for Nissan. He's worked with great writers such as Frank Miller and Alan Moore. And basically, Bill Sienkiewicz is, like I said, a legend in our industry. And so now I'll just be going through some of the comics and just basically why I like the comics. And as you can tell, if you just really take the time to take the covers in, you for yourself can kind of see the beauty of every cover that I'm showing. One of the most recent runs that I came across was the Batman, and I always screw up the title on this, Cacophony. The Batman Cacophony. So this is it's a mini-series with three books in it, and he did the variants for each one. And although I love this Batman Cacophony, the one after this, the Joker, is probably one of my more favorite Jokers that I've probably seen in any Batman run. And it's so awesome to know that Bill Sienkiewicz was the one that did it. And here you go. It's just hilarious to see that there's a dagger going through the Joker, and he said that you missed. And the detailing and what he did with this. Now, this one is not an oil painting, but you can definitely see where he took some of his past works that he's done and, kind of just brought it back. Because even though you saw the evolution of Bill Sienkiewicz through oil painting, you can definitely see where he brought back some of his older style and kind of just brought it back into light. And it, what basically he did is just tries new sketches, and then he kind of leaves it. He doesn't erase it. It's got a very Jock-esque look to it, where a lot of the lines are straight and just jaggedy, and then he fills it in with the pen. And so it's kind of like three phases of where Bill Sienkiewicz was, where I'd like to think he started off just as a classic artist doing classic covers with just pen and paper. And then you can slowly see where he evolves his work into collages and oil paintings. And then now he's in a phase where he just does mostly just these awesome, I don't know how to describe it, just just erratic scratches and sketches. But he always has his oil painting to go back on. And this is definitely one of the covers that I love. I mean, it's gory, but it's such a great cover. Again, done by Bill Sienkiewicz. When he was asked to join back on the Daredevil, the End of Days, that's where he decided to take his oil painting back into the art. And he wanted to make every cover for the Daredevil End of Days like just extremely beautiful, and to kind of just take away from what the comic norm was at that time. And so I only have this book, but it's one of the books that I just really love, and it's a variant, Daredevil End of Days number 8. It's just this gorgeous oil painting, and it just really tells us the tale of what possibly could be happening in the book. So more recently, he's worked on Harley Quinn, and he's just done some fabulous job on this book. The artistry that he's put into all the variant covers is just magnificent. This one is by far my favorite, but I also love this one too. And so yeah, I just wanted to show you guys just some of the artists that I've just been really admiring over the years. But I wanted to showcase some of the artists that maybe we're not too familiar with, but maybe you guys might not know, but are huge in the comic world. We're so stuck sometimes on J. Scott Campbell and Delato and Michael Turner that we forget that there are these legends out there that are still making covers for us, and we have to learn to really appreciate what they're still giving back, especially when you consider Bill Sienkiewicz is like almost 60, or he's over 60 right now. And even though you might not like somebody, you really gotta, you might not be a Harley Quinn fan, but you really gotta admire that the covers on these are super awesome. And so yeah, I just wanted to kind of just showcase that today. And you can, like I said, through the time, you can really see how things have definitely changed and evolved for Bill Sienkiewicz. And it's really awesome to see this classic, comic style back in the 80s, which, I was born in like the 70s. So this is what I was used to. This is what I saw. And then you can slowly see the evolution, especially with, like I said, collages and oil painting. It's just magnificent. All his runs from the New Mutants, all Bill Sienkiewicz's covers on the New Mutants are just gorgeous. And then, like I said, you know, just more of that sketch jaggedy stuff, real straight edge, a lot of straight lines, and it's just gorgeous. This is probably one of my more favorite Joker covers that I have. And then, you know, kind of a mixture of both the jagged, sketchy part, I don't know how to describe it, but that and mixed in with the oil painting. So it's pretty awesome. Hope you guys learned something, hope you guys enjoyed it, and if there's any other artists that you guys might want me to talk about, especially artists that we might not be too familiar about, you know, please let me know. I would love to see what I have in my collection. I'd love to see what's out there. And other than that, thank you, shoots, and mahalos.